Hello friends, welcome to my channel Clinical Biochemistry by Dr. P.K. Prabhakar. Today we are going to talk about serum and the plasma differences. Because we are going to talk about in our next lecture plasma therapy for the COVID-19. So before going to see the plasma therapy, how plasma therapy will be used and what is the significance of this one, we should first understand what is the difference between the serum and plasma. So today we will see the difference in the details. So before going to see serum and plasma differences, we should understand what is blood. If you see the blood is composed of two main components. One is called as form element, another one is called as plasma. The liquid component or the liquid plus its dissolved component we are calling it plasma, and other one is form element which body synthesizes. In the form elements, normally we are having all the different type of cells. So cells means it will be RBC or erythrocytes you can call it. So it's RBC or erythrocytes, leukocytes, that is WBC, white blood cells, and the platelets. In WBC we are having different type of cells. It's granulocytes and agranulocytes. In granulocytes we are having three different type of cells, that is basophils, neutrophils, and eosinophils. These are the three different type of granulocytes which will have granules. And then in agranulocytes we are having lymphocytes. In lymphocytes we will have T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes, which we will see later. And then we are having monocytes, or sometimes we are calling macrophages also. Monocytes when it is in the circulations, and macrophage when it reaches to the specific cells. So that is the form element. So these are the different cellular components which is formed by our body. Second parts of the blood is called as plasma. In the plasma, we are having dissolved components also, like amino acids, nutrients, proteins, nitrogenous waste, electrolytes, gas, and some other proteins. So these are the component of the plasma. So if you are going to segregate, centrifuge the blood with the anticoagulants, so we are going to get this type of components. So on the top portion we are having a straw yellow color of liquid portions that we are going to call as plasma. So its composition is normal concentration is roughly 55% of the blood is plasma. Then roughly less than 1% we are having buffy coat, that is roughly white color, that normally composed of leukocytes and the platelets. Leukocyte means white blood cells and the platelets. And the lower portion, that is roughly 45% of the blood is, that is composed of RBC. So that 45, you can call it this buffy coat and electrolytes, we can have 45 to 46%, that is form element. This form elements we are having maximum roughly 98 to 99% RBC, and buffy coat, that is 1 to 2%, that is leukocytes and platelets. When we are going to see plasma, that is roughly 55%. In the plasma, 90% is water. So maximum portion of our blood is water, and the remaining 10% portion of the plasma is composed of all the dissolved components. Either it will be protein, electrolytes, nutrients, minerals, vitamins, waste product, and other things, which we are going to see here. On the basis of this serum and plasma, how we are going to see differences. So this is a blood. We have taken the blood. If this blood we are going to allow them to clot without any anticoagulating agent, so blood will be clotting, and then we are going to centrifuge it. So we were going to get this type of components. So at the lower portion, at the base, when after the clotting centrifugations, at the base we are going to get a patch, that is a blood clot, that is composed of all the RBC, and the upper portion, liquid portion, that is called as serum. This serum will have all the things, all the proteins, serum proteins. Whereas other side, if you go in this blood, if we will use anticoagulants, so blood is not going to clot, and then we are going to centrifuge it. So we are going to get this type of things. So at this base we are having RBC, then buffy coat, and then we are having top portion will be plasma. Difference is, in this case blood is not going to clot, so the clotting factors will be present in the plasma. Clotting components, clotting proteins, the clotting factors will be present in the plasma, because blood is not going to clot. In this case blood is going to clot, so no clotting factors will be there. maximum, we are in the clotting factor, we are talking about fibrinogen that we are going to see later on. So serum is the liquid part of the blood after coagulations, therefore devoid of clotting factors. Especially we are talking about fibrinogens. So serum is the from the blood. We are talking about the liquid portions because it is going to clot. So all these cellular parts will be in the clot. So it is the liquid portion of the blood after the clotting. And similarly, at the same time, plasma is the liquid cell-free part because it does not have any kind of cells. Maximum RBC will be here and the lower portion, and the buffy coat will have WBC platelets. So no, plasma is the liquid cell-free portion of the blood that has been treated with anticoagulant. So in this case, we are talking anticoagulant. In case of serum, we are not going to use any kind of anticoagulants. So serum, we can call it plasma minus the clotting factors. If we remove the fibrinogen, all the clotting factors from the plasma, it's called as serum. Now, the difference we are going to see serum and plasma. So first difference is plasma, that is a transparent straw color liquid portion of the blood, whereas serum is undiluted fluid and with the extracellular portion of the blood. Second difference is plasma will have all the clotting factors is present in the plasma. So plasma is equal to serum plus the clotting factors. Serum lacks clotting factor because clotting factor clots the protein, and then remaining things, whatever things we are going to do, that is the serum. So no clotting factor will be there. Plasma, we are going to get centrifuging the blood with the anticoagulant. So plasma we will get if we are going to mix anticoagulant and then we will centrifuge, we will get the plasma. Serum we are going to get once blood will be allowed to clot, and then we are going to centrifuge it. So centrifuging the coagulated blood, that serum will give you the serum. 55% of the total volume of blood will be plasma. Already we have seen it. 55% is the plasma, 45% or 46% is the formed element, which is RBC 45% and less than 1% buffy coat. Serum is the less volume compared to the plasma. So plasma is roughly 55%. Serum will be less because clotting factors also we are going to remove it. Plasma is comparatively easier to get it, and it is taking less time to require for the plasma separations. Serum separation, because you have to allow blood to clot, and then clotting takes some time. After the clotting only you are going to get the serum. So it is difficult to separate serum, and it's a time consuming process because blood has to be allowed to clot. Another difference is plasma contains fibrinogens and other blood clotting factors, whereas serum lacks fibrinogen. Serum does not have fibrinogen and other blood clotting factor because those fibrinogen and blood clotting factor forms clot, and then only serum is going to be separated. Plasma roughly consists of 92% of water, along with proteins, salts, lipids, and glucose, and some other components. Serum consists 90% of water with dissolved hormone, proteins, minerals, and carbon dioxide. Difference is in case of serum, proteins will be there, but no blood clotting factors will be there. The specific gravity will be roughly almost equal, that is density. Roughly plasma is having density of 1.025 gram per ml, whereas serum is having 1.024 gram per ml. Plasma has a long shelf life. It can be preserved up to 10 years, whereas serum is having very less time, half life or shelf life. It can be preserved only for few months, even if you are using all the techniques. Plasma is the main medium for the for excretory medium product transportations in our body. So all the components, all the things transported in our body from one place to other place through the plasma only. Whereas serum is an important source of electrolytes. Plus, serum cell is hanging cell is in the clots. So on the basis of this serum and plasma, if you'll see, this is the normal portion where 45% we are having plasma, 1% less than 1% buffy coats, and the 45% is RBC that we are going to got hematocrit. So roughly around 45% hematocrit is there. If this RBC compositions is going to be decreased, so decreased or depressed hematocrit, that is RBC concentration, it is called as anemic conditions, where plasma concentration increases more than 55% and the RBC concentration, cell concentration component is going to decrease comparatively. It is called as anemic conditions. Reverse case, where plasma compositions will be less, RBC concentration is increases more than 45%, it is called as polycythemia. So it is increased hematocrit value in case of polycythemia conditions. So that's all. This is the difference between the serum and plasma. Hope you understand it. Next we will talk about the plasma therapy for the COVID-19. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.